The highest possible stage in moral culture is when we recognize that we should control our thoughts as well as our emotions alongside our impulses, drives, desires, and everything else that is connected to our mind, psychology, and psyche should be somehow, some way moderated, controlled, disciplined before they're under control and they destroy everything and bring mayhem, madness into our lives as well as into society. They should be controlled. And obviously, that is the highest point or stage in moral culture whereby we are able to realize how little control we have or we do not even have over our own feelings, emotions, and impulses. When we're able to recognize and rectify our mistakes, corrects our wrongs, and obviously our other shortcomings, deficiencies, disadvantages that we consistently struggle with and suffer from alongside poverty, unemployment, inequality in life, in our actions, decisions, choices against each other. There are massive behavioral problems and obviously attitude challenges within ourselves that we are indifferent to. But when we're able to recognize, rectify, correct them over time, then that shows moral culture. That shows basically high moral ground and culture in a particular society that comes off from almost everyone, and that can only happen when we show restraint, mercy against each other, when we develop temperance within us that controls our desires, passions, impulses from the inside, so that externally our action, behavior, habit also stay in control. We are in control, we have control over ourselves, and that can only happen when we develop and cultivate inward compass, inner transparency and internal significance, and let that compass govern us. And that could be obviously the ministry of consciousness or the ground of morality culture it could be in, but it's very difficult to develop in the first place because most people already believe they have enough knowledge, control, moderation, humility in themselves, as a result of which they cease to grow, they cease to progress forward, they become egoistic, they become arrogant, prideful, vain in their lives on the basis of their appearances, looks, or because of their wealth, possession, fortunes. It could be anything. But most people are that way now in the modern society, disconnected from each other, always on phones, scrolling and posting pictures of themselves and seeking validation, attention, approval from as many directions as they can because they cannot be content or sufficient with themselves. So there are massive problems, there are great problems and issues within ourselves. And until unless we see our problems, we are going to project and the shadow is going to prevail and dominate the modern society in one way or another. So it's very difficult to navigate the challenges, but somehow we can prevail when we develop mass